This is the Sales Babble Podcast, episode 401, Wisdom Comes from Failure.
Welcome to Sales Babble, the podcast that shares selling secrets for non-sellers. And now your host, Pat Helmers.
Hello, Sales Babblers. This is Pat Helmers. And today in our culture, winners are heroes. Our movies prefer underdogs who with persistence and grit find success, yet these overnight sensations rarely happen overnight. Instead, they take years, filled with mistake after mistake after mistake. In this episode of the Tao Te Ching of Sales, we babble about the challenges in business and how inevitably we all screw up. I guarantee that. But if you keep at it, you'll learn what not to do, and more importantly, what to do to find success. I was sharing with Stephanie Bioki my excitement regarding Vidyard sponsoring the podcast, and she replied with a Vidyard video.
Hey, Pat. Thanks for the video. Great to hear from you. Of course, I remember meeting you and chatting video and Ravinia and all good things at D-Fish's book launch. And yeah, congrats. I'm so happy to hear they're going to sponsor your podcast again. That's fantastic. This lighting is super weird because out of nowhere, it just went from being sunny to super dark, but the fall colors look good. So it's about to finally turn on a light. Anyway, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Good to hear from you.
This is how you nurture relationships using video technology. Go to the show notes at salesbabble.com and find your link to our sponsor, Vidyard. Get a free Vidyard account and get their State of Virtual Selling report. Again, go to the show notes at www.salesbabble.com. Here's today's chapter, Wisdom Comes from Failure. Accept lost sales willingly. Accept failure as the human condition. Accept your own fallibility, nor be overly concerned with wins and losses. Imperfection comes with being a human being. Perfection is an ideal never obtained, yet always in mind. Surrender yourself to your own limits. Then you can be trusted with the tools for making sales. Once you appreciate your strengths and weaknesses, you begin the journey to becoming the master seller. So here's today's story. Slowly, Chris hung up the phone. Chris had just been informed that the buyer had picked another vendor. I never felt right about this deal, Chris observed. I misspoke at the sales call, a fatal mistake I just couldn't fix. I don't know. I guess I'm never going to get good at this job. Maybe sales isn't for me. Pat took in a breath and then let it out slowly. It was a slow exhalation like a large ocean wave. Placing both palms down on the table, Pat said, "This is the thing. We all screw up. What separates winners from losers is that winners learn from their mistakes. Be mindful of your imperfection. Failure is your teacher. We don't learn much from our successes. Wisdom comes from mistakes." Today's chapter reminds me of a quote from Michael Jordan, who was the former basketball star of the Chicago Bulls, which is here in town. And he said, quote, "I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something, but I can't accept not trying." This is true of you in sales. I know, sales babbler, it's hard some days to wake up and want to try. But keep at it. You can do it. To find the text to today's chapter and story, you can find those in the show notes at www.salesbabble.com, as well as links to our sponsor, Vidyard, the video solution for sales professionals. And again, as I mentioned, if you download a free account now, you also get a bonus of their State of Virtual Selling report. If you're not yet subscribed, please do. That way you don't miss a single issue. And if you could share this with one friend or colleague who's trying to grow their sales skills, that would be great. That's all I've got for this week, folks. Until next week, take care and have a highly successful and a profitable selling day.
Thank you for listening to the Sales Babble podcast. Find us at www.salesbabble.com.
This is a production of Habanero Media.